in today's video. Hi! Today I'm extremely tired, but I didn't want to delay this video, and so I decided to do something simple, but I hope it's fun. So today we are going, this video is about cockroaches, and I'm going over some of the most exciting species that have bred for me recently and that I'm excited about. Some might be just normal species, but yeah, I'm bundling them together. So let's go. So the first one, a local species called Opistoplatia orientalis. Opistoplatia orientalis. A little bit tricky. So I'll show you the adults. I think you know what this is. Basically the black and red cockroach from Asia. So these are babies, and what I really like about these, all the Epilimprinae, is how they eat their leaves and leave this pattern. It's quite interesting. So these are locally caught, and I have some adults in the substrate. Basically just females. The substrate is wet, so you won't be able to see much of their red coloration. Maybe a little bit over there. They can climb, so sorry. Let me try to do this a little bit better. So tons of babies everywhere. See if they don't escape. Pretty basic species. Sorry. This light is not the best. So, I think a very common species. I really enjoy keeping them, and it's fun to walk in the trails at night and find them hanging on the leaves. And they're very prolific, easy to keep also. So yeah, first species, common one. Second species, also from China, but from the northern regions. So this is Polyphaga plencii, and a very easy species to keep, to grow, as long as you keep them dry. Also extremely colorful as they mature, start to develop. The only issue that I'm having is basically with the hatching of the euthicas. And I have a ton of euthicas that have been produced before, and they simply do not hatch out, or at least take forever to do so. I'm not sure if I'm not keeping them in the right conditions. I basically keep them also dry at local temperature, at room temperature, I mean. And like, I would risk to say that these probably take up to 2 years to hatch. I'm not sure if this is a right information. I don't know, because all the different all the euthicas are together, so I haven't I'm not able to distinguish them, so I cannot have a right assessment of the time for these particular Uthicas that hatched out. The other Uthicas still look okay, viable. So, but I have been keeping some of them for 2 years already, and one interesting thing that happened and was that my Uthicas and invertebrate Uthicas, invertebrate dudes Uthicas for the same species hatched out almost in the exact same day. We do not know if they were from the same batch or not, but yeah. After I saw his post saying that he had babies, I went to check my enclosure, and I also had babies, so fun fact there, coincidence. So yeah, happy that these finally hatched out and that are growing fine. And this time I will keep all of the Uthicas that these roaches will produce separately, and I will probably separate them into two, and half will go inside the fridge at 25 degrees Celsius control temperature, and the other half will stay at room temperature, and let's see what happens. Just looking at this particular individual that ran away, which had, I think it's this one, which had this very white margin, very wide compared to the others. The others seem a little bit more narrow. Interesting. Right, moving on to another species. So this is Homalosilpha arcifera. I hope I didn't butcher the name. And these continue to do very well for me in dry conditions. They are a little bit overpopulated, and as you can see by the amount of garbage on the... I haven't had the time to clean this, to do the maintenance. Absolutely stunning. Let me try to get another light. Love the markings. Filled with roaches to the top. And I have tons of babies underneath there. Let me see if I can... Babies and roaches everywhere. Babies over there. Every time I look at these roaches, it reminds me of Beetlejuice. Because of their patterning. Really love these. So these continue to do well. Unfortunately, another flat bark species from another genus called Mimosilpha. I unfortunately lost those. I think, sorry, let me turn off this sound. I think I unfortunately lost those. I think I was keeping them too warm, so those probably have to go to the fridge. And the other Homolosilpha, the Gaudens, the redfoot flat bark roach. I still have some individuals, but they are not so prolific as these, and I'm struggling to keep that colony stable. But these are just absolutely incredible. Very easy to keep and very prolific. And even, like you can see, even with the open enclosure, as long as the pheromones, as long as they stay within their nesting place, they will not move too much. If you try to remove them, then this is when the problems start, because they can really grasp the bark and they are not easy to take out. You need to coax them like this, then they come out. Wait. And I need to cut my nails. Sorry about that. Lovely, right? Okay, let's move on to another species. So actually this is 2 in 1. The first species, it's Hemithyrocera palliata. I forgot the common name. Sun pallid roach, something like that. So this is a male. Lighter coloration with yellow, I think is anterior or posterior margin. And then this black individual is the adult female. And these specks are the babies. These are newborn. And here are the medium size or large size nymphs. And mixed with these, I have Alacta bimaculata, and these are all nymphs. I'm going to turn the enclosure around so that you can see the backside of the bark, because it's completely full. And I'm trying not to speak too much, at least not inside the enclosure, so I don't disturb them. I don't remember if I showed this before or not on video, but this is absolutely full of roaches. And these are from Thailand. So the Hemithyrocera are from China, and these are from Thailand. And I caught these in Nam Nao, I think in the northeast part of Thailand. I think I had like 6 individuals, 1 or 2 females, I cannot really remember, but extremely prolific and really beautiful roaches. I don't think I have any adults left, but adults have like 2 spots on their wings, and they are a little bit grayish with some patterning. So yeah, both species doing absolutely fantastic. And what I do is basically I just hydrate the soil, the substrate beneath the bark. And I don't know if I can show you, but this is where they actually lay the euthicas. And they have been hatching out. So yeah, really, so far so good. They have been easy to keep. I think this Lacta species, because they also occur in China, I had them before, but I wasn't successful. And this variant from Thailand seems much more forgiving and easier to keep. This orange individual again is the Hemithyrocera palliata. The small specks as well. So they seem to be living well together. The problem will come once I wish to rehouse them. This will be a mess. But I will make a video and you can all have fun, see me suffering. All right, moving on to another species. Okay, this is Eucharidia dacitoides tonkinensis population, which is like, maybe I'll try to put a picture on the screen for you. This is basically, you're just going to see nymphs, but these are like the orangey, pinkish Eucharidia flower roaches with some blues and greens. And I counted 20 something nymphs, although here we only have a few. So these have bred well, and so this is the first generation after being wild caught, and they seem super stable now, and with more than 20 I couldn't be happier. And so fingers crossed that the next generation will be much more numerous and prolific. Not prolific, more numerous. Nothing special to show. These, like other Corydeidae, are just like ugly ducklings. As nymphs, nothing special. As adults, absolutely fantastic to observe. Okay, let's move on to another species, a more exciting one. So this is the Coralampra fulgensiae. Oh my god, I cannot, I'm not sure if I'm saying them correctly or not. So these are Epilemprinae, and they have finally bred. Hooray! And I haven't been able to photograph this species yet. I still have here many pregnant females, as you can see. I think this one is a male, the smaller one. And so all these females still look pregnant because they're very dilated. So yeah, first time breeding this species, and first time keeping and breeding this species. Very happy. They seem to enjoy humidity and having this damp substrate, and they like to eat, like other Epilemprinae, dead leaves and fruits and dry dog food. Really lovely. They are really calm, but when they start to get nervous, they will run away very fast, and they can climb easily. So I don't know why they're keeping so still until now, but lucky for me, because I can have a good video. So yeah, another success, and fingers crossed that I can still keep them for a long time. Moving on to another one. All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is Pseudophoraspes nebulosa. I caught this individual in Singapore, and I have this adult female mixed with another 2 adult females from another Epilemprinae species. So basically, the nebulosa gave birth to very tiny babies. And now it's time to separate the other species, the other 2 females, from this enclosure. I just noticed this recently. So basically, when I caught her, she was already pregnant, and I was lucky enough to have her giving birth. And the other ones are also pregnant. and I actually managed to catch them mating with a male. So I know that they are pregnant, and I can also see their abdomen very enlarged. There are some nymphs down as well. For now I count 7. Yeah, 7, probably 8. I don't know, like, what I want to say is, in the wild, this species will look much more yellow and with a lighter color. And once I start to... This is not the first time I've kept this species, but once I put them inside the enclosure, I don't know if it's because of the humidity or what's going on, but they get really dark, and they are not so beautiful as fresh from the wild. Again, I'll try to put some pictures for comparison. These have not changed color so much, but this one definitely has. So excited for being able to breed this species, and now time to separate them. Okay, let's move on to the last species and the most exciting one. So I need to be extremely careful because these are super fast. And also extremely beautiful. So this is Simplose sp. They look like Simplos cavernicula, but they are slightly different. And I might have to stop the video at any moment because, yeah, they are super fast. So I have one female and 2 males, and underneath this bark there are a lot of Uthicas still unhatched. So as of this moment, I think that I had 2 Uthicas already hatching out, and hope that others may hatch soon. For the longest time ever, I only had the 2 males and 1 female, so it was a really precarious condition. When I received them, I received like 12 or 14 nymphs, but I wasn't keeping them properly because slowly but surely, one by one, they started to die, and it was very difficult to sex them. And I was only left with 3 for months on end, and luckily these 3 ended up being this female and the other 2 males, and I find them very, very beautiful. So I keep them on a low ventilation, higher humidity, and the normal feeding regimen as the other roaches. And I'll try to, since the babies have hatched out, I'll try to take some macro photos later on to show them in more detail and keep records for the future. So yeah, so we come to the end of this video with a banger. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you on next week. Bye bye.